I still think that Canadians are proudest when we are setting a standard for the rest of the world. I still believe that the moments when we looked out at the world and saw us as a country that was devoted to peace, that was devoted to diplomacy, that was devoted to a strong and creative role for our government, I still think that's where Canadians want to be. And I know in my heart of hearts that that's not where Stephen Harper wants to be. Right now, as I speak, all sorts of budgets are being cut right across the board in every mission and every foreign operation, in the trade service and the diplomatic service, everywhere. Budgets are being cut and slashed and chopped. We see, I think, a government that is not responding to the critical challenges we're facing. Where is the Harper government on climate change? Where is the leadership on the environment? Where is the leadership on dealing with poverty in the world? And where is the leadership on dealing with the need for us to reduce conflict, to prevent conflict, and to participate in the resolution of conflict, above all as mediators, above all as peacekeepers, above all as people who understand that this is Canada's mission in the world. It's the reason Lester Pearson won a Nobel Peace Prize over 50 years ago. I don't think that's something that Mr. Harper will get. He won't get an Emmy, and I don't think he'll get that one either. I think that's where people want the Liberal Party to be. We are a party that has dreamt big dreams. Would we ever have had a Seaway if people had taken the narrow and short view? If people had taken the view that said, well, that's really not a big role for the national government. Anyway, there's some provinces that like it and some provinces that don't, and there's concerns at the region. Oh, we'll just let the provinces figure out what to do. We never would have had a Seaway. We never would have transformed the economy of the St. Lawrence Valley if we hadn't had a federal government. Frankly, if we hadn't had a member from Cornwall named Leo Chevrier who had a dream and an idea of what should be done. We would never have had that. We would never have had our healthcare system if you didn't have a national government that said, one province is doing this and it seems to be working very well in Saskatchewan, let's take this idea and take it across the country. Taken us light years ago. If you had the Tories had been in power, they would have said, well, let's wait until the Americans do it and then we'll do the same thing. And as we now know, it'll be a long wait. We can't afford to have that kind of an approach. And so, as Liberals, we'll take our licks. We are the party of the official opposition, and we are opposed to the Harper government. Whether there will be an election or not is not entirely in our hands. We're 77 seats out of 308. Other parties will have to decide what will happen. We'll have to live with this minority government as it is, deal with it as we can, oppose it in principle, work to get the best possible legislation that we can, and to be ready to fight an election at any time. And I know it's not, I mean, being a candidate it's tough. On est candidat, on sait jamais quand ça viendra l'élection. But we have to be ready. And ready in this last respect, and I want to make this very, very clear and very emphatic to everybody in this room. You all know that I ran for the leadership in 2006. And we also know that in 2008, we went through an extraordinary political crisis in which I made a decision to say, look, we don't need another leadership race right now. What we need is to unite behind one man, one leader. And we've done that. That decision has been made. We have our leader. It's Michael Ignatieff. He's going to be the next Prime Minister of Canada. We have to come behind that leader. And we have to work hard and in a dedicated way. But we also have to work as a team. We have a talented team. What has been the great strength of the Liberal Party when we've been able to form governments is that we've always had a great team. Sir Ruth Laurie had a great team. Mackenzie King had a great team. In fact, he had a lot of great teams. He had a lot of teams. He lasted for 26 years. A lot of people came and went. But he always had strong people around him. Mr. Saint-Laurent had great teams. Mr. Pearson had a great team, a wonderful team of people. Mr. Trudeau had a great team. Everybody thinks, oh, Mr. Trudeau, he's up there, you know. No, he had a powerful team of people all around him. Cabinet ministers from different parts of the country, people who dedicated their lives to the political process and who believed strongly in what we could do together for the public good. And Mike Ignatieff has a great team. And I'm proud to be part of that team. And I'm proud to be supporting him. And I'm proud to say that Bernadette is going to join us as a member of that team. So I've been the only barrier